Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow of ForexAnalytix and also of the Trader Funding Program. Today I wanted to take you through some tips and tricks on how to pass the assessment. You know, I actually passed the assessment that we offer at the Trader Funding Program. I wanted to talk to you about how I did it. But also the reason why I wanted to do it is I wanted to do it because I wanted to share with you that it can be done even if you have other things happening in your life. You can still pass an assessment. But stick around because I'm going to talk about how I did it and maybe some tips or tricks along the way. But the one thing I want you to understand is that we are here at the Trader Funding Program and at ForexAnalytix to breed successful traders, or at least give you the opportunity, the best opportunity to be successful. But by doing that, we have an assessment that is specifically geared to find traders that manage risk and look to make more reward than they're willing to risk. That's pretty much it. And people that can do it and make decent market decisions along the way. Ultimately, when you trade live, you have to realize that we are backing you. We are the people that are putting the money up. So we want to make sure that we are breeding the best of the best, the traders that can actually grind it out. You know, I also wanted to explain to you that I have failed an assessment. You know, when we first offered the Trader Funding Program, do you know what happened right after that? Well, I was in the middle of an assessment and Russia invaded Ukraine. During that situation, I didn't manage risk appropriately and I failed the assessment. But that's pretty consistent with most people that try to pass an assessment. You're not going to pass on your first try, more than likely. And if you do, congratulations. I've actually seen it done and it's pretty awesome. But there are people that may have multiple tries at trying to pass an assessment, and that's okay. Because as you're doing it, you're understanding how you need to be managing risk, but being able to look for more or a higher reward along the way. But just realize that when you're taking an assessment, you have unlimited time to pass. And that's the benefit of using the Trader Funding Program and also being involved in the ForexAnalytix community. So let me give you some tips and tricks along the way to maybe helping you pass your assessment. Number one, make sure that you're in a good place. What I mean by that is psychologically. Make sure that you're in a good place where you can make sound decisions, you can really focus on trading. But even if you have to lose focus or you lose focus because life comes at you, it's okay. Just remember you have unlimited time to pass. Just make sure you're placing at least one trade a month just so your demo account does not expire. Number two, understand MT4 and understand MT5 or whichever platform you're deciding to use. Make sure you understand that platform. For me, I hadn't used MT4 in probably about 12 years. So it took a little bit of time for me to understand how to use the platform. Fortunately, it's pretty intuitive, so it didn't take me too long. But if you're new to it, make sure you take your time and understand how to use it. Trade small first. Trade where you can take positions, put in stops, and risk a little as ultimately possible until you understand the system a little bit better. Number three, build a buffer. It's important that you build a buffer in the markets because when you trade, what's going to give you ultimately more success and more confidence is the more positive trades you string together at once. So as you build that buffer, it gives you some room to wiggle when you're trading. I start small, and you'll notice if you look at my P&L curve that is attached to this video, you'll notice, and here's going to be an image of it, that there are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days, and your P&L is going to fluctuate. But by building a buffer, it gives you a little bit of runway when you are trading. Speaking of which, all of my trades that I did over the course of 3 months of passing the assessment are downloadable via Google Docs. You'll either find it at the bottom of this video in the description or on the blog, you'll see where you can download all of the trades that I took at the end of 2022. Make sure you do that. Also, my colleague, Stelios Contagoulis, he actually put up a couple of other images where you can see my P&L curve and also the daily how much I was above or below zero for the day. That means how profitable or how negative I was for the day. If you're looking at that specific image, I want you to pay attention to the fact that, yes, I do have down days, as every trader does. But you'll notice that my up days outpace my down days. You'll notice my very negative days are in multiples on my good days. So on my really successful days, there's more of those than there are of my unsuccessful days. And by doing that type of trading, that's how you're going to be able to grind it out and eventually pass. Next, just realize that you are going to deal with unexpected life emergencies. Things do happen when we trade, and we understand that. As I was going through this assessment, it took me 3 months on a $100,000 assessment. Now, is that consistent with other traders? I know traders that have done it really quickly. I know traders that have taken longer than 3 months. But also at the same time, my family and I dealt with a health emergency, which took me out of the markets for 2 months during this assessment period. Also, at the end of 2022, we had the US Thanksgiving holiday, the Christmas holiday, and the New Year's holiday. So there was a very long period of time where my trading was very limited. So could you pass an assessment quicker than 3 months? Absolutely. Can it take you longer? Sure, it could, but that's okay. One last thing. Make sure you're always using stops. Now, it is a formality, and you must use stops whenever you're trading in our environments, because ultimately we're taking the risk, not you. So you're going to have to learn how to trade with stops, right? But the question I always get is, do I always put in limit orders? And the answer to that question is, no, I do not. However, I am a swing trader by nature. So when I'm going to bed, or I know I'm not going to be in front of the computer for the next 12 hours, I will put in limit orders, because I want to be able to take profit at certain levels if the market reaches my targets where I think they're going to go. But the next day, I'll start managing those trades manually, because that's the way I trade. Now, I want to explain one last thing to you with the trader funding program. Just because I trade a certain way, that doesn't make it the right way. My way isn't the right way. My way is my way. I know people that have passed the assessment using expert advisors or EA systems. They do systematic trading. I know people that are scalpers that are in and out intraday quickly. I know traders that trade up some significant size, and they risk a little bit more, but they gain a little bit more. That's all up to you. But do what's most comfortable for you. And another last suggestion that I could give you, don't follow what other traders are doing. Trade your own plan. Plan your trades, trade your own plan. But use other traders in our community as reinforcement. One of the benefits of being in the trader funding program is you're automatically, for a period of time, included in the ForexAnalytix community. That means you can see the trades that I'm taking real time. Other people from our organization, real time. Other traders that happen to be trading in our community, you can see what they're trading real time. That doesn't necessarily mean those are the trades you should be taking, but if you respect what I do, or you respect what Stelios or Steve or Ryan or K-Man or other traders in our community are doing, then use their trades as something that helps reinforce your ideas as you're navigating through the markets. One last thing, then I'm going to leave you. Make sure you download or you watch Nick of Jupiter's video. That link will be either in the description here, or it will be attached to this blog wherever you found this video. Nick of Jupiter, he put together a video of how he passed the assessment. He is a trader in the trader funding program. He's known about me and been following my analysis for 6 or 7 years. He trades for the trader funding program. He's passed multiple assessments. He also gives you some of the tips and tricks that he's learned along the way to help, maybe this will help you pass the assessment as well. But just remember, guys and gals, you're here with the trader funding program we support you. We're here to support you at ForexAnalytix because ultimately we want you to be successful, because if you're successful, we're successful.